What's up, y'all? I meant to do this, not this. But back with another video. As you can see, I've got this, and basically, I was watching this video about. It was more so about semen retention and stuff like that, but it was talking about the spiritual benefits to it, and I've known for a while, like not as deep into it as I just learned, but I've known that the Egyptians used to practice it as a form of transmutation, using the energy to like build stuff or be creative or make art. And but basically, I just wanted to go over this. The key to happiness. This is probably all going around. But anyways, the key to happiness is attention. And what do I mean by that? Basically, happiness lies in which it lies within self. And what self is just realization. It's just the know. It's knowing stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's just this. It's like God. It's like all knowing. You know? Self is related to God as all knowing. But let me get back to happiness. Happiness lies at the source of our attention and what we focus on. Now, perfect examples of this, and probably the big three, probably the only three that we really need to explain, are money, food, and sex. These are the main things that drive us day to day and like give us, like, take majority of our attention, take majority of our happiness. You see the equation going on here? But the way that I saw it was, from what they were saying, was it's like a 50-30-20. You know what I'm saying? In the savings aspect, but this is in the spending aspect too. Sex is the most important. It takes up the most space, mainly because of how our brain operates, like Neanderthal-like, you know what I'm saying? Procreation, just having that animalistic nature of just like, if we don't create a next life, like our lineage is going to die. So like, I mean, as a, like the only boy in my family, I feel a lot of pressure to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, what if I'm sterile? You know what I'm saying? Like that, but that's how big sex is to the serpent mind, not the conscious mind, but the body. By clearing this storage, we start to operate better. And that's what I wrote down to it. Like, some of this is what I wrote down and like what I was ingesting or what, like, you know, I was downloading. You know what I'm saying? But what I meant by that is, like, when I'm going through and I'm deleting like apps or like pictures off my camera, or my phone starts running better, you know what I'm saying? And by taking this energy, this happiness back from basically our body is our own worst enemy. By taking this back, we start operating better. I don't know why I'm trying to find another word, but basically there is actually like science to this too. It's not just like, oh, hippy dippy shit. It's our brain releases phosphorus and zinc when we abstain from having sex, which leads to amplified creativity, clarity of thought, and problem-solving skills, which are all great things. It also has increases in testosterone, aiding in building muscle, increased confidence, and enhanced attraction. And the enhanced attraction is like, it plays both sides, but we're mainly going to talk about the man side because, like, even with me growing up with a single mom and 3 little sisters, I can't understand the woman's mind. But basically, it's like, if you don't fap, you do become more attractive to women. It's like women can smell it type shit. Just like men know when women are on their periods type shit. But testosterone, keeps the life force strong. where was I going with that? Energy ingested through breath, Kundalini energy and chakras. Okay. Basically, the I think it was the Chinese. I don't know. I'm gonna fuck this up. Honestly, I will. But basically, in Asian culture, it's called Jing. The life force that which is like within semen is called Jing, and it is the portal between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. Energy ingested through breath. Sexual energy isn't the actual liquidity, like the substance, like semen. No, it's the energy to it. You know, you got like, you can feel sexual energy when you're in a sexual like environment, or like you're watching something, or it's like you can feel it. You know what I'm saying? They're saying that energy is ingested through the breath, and we can get energized through our breath. I don't know why I wrote that down. I thought that was a cool fact, because I was like I know breath is important, but it's like sometimes I'll do a lack of breath when I'm doing meditation, and maybe I need to be doing more breath, more of a catch and release with it. But back to what I'm trying to get at. The Kundalini energy and the chakra. The Kundalini is the thought that there is this snake within sight of us that is always trying to uncurl itself. And we do this we can uncurl it through things like meditation, semen retention, yoga. There's just so much that goes into that. And then the chakras, the 7 chakras that go up the spine. Where am I at? I should have marked this off as I'm going. But it says, mastering the body is like a stair step to the next chakra. So what they were saying is that first, because the whole point is to get to happiness. I don't want you to think, because right now, the same way I was just thinking about it, the goal is to stop masturbating. No, the goal is enlightenment. The goal is happiness. The goal is to reach God. The goal is to reach ourselves. That is the goal. But it says, like a stair step to the next chakra. Once we master the body, then we can start the journey within to mastering the mind. What I wrote down was, what if the collective is still mastering the body, which is why we haven't ascended to the next chakra as a whole, like as a unit? I know I still struggle, and at times wish I didn't have a body. There has been times where I've literally, like, you know, you get the post-nut clarity and you kind of feel disgusted with yourself. And like, it's literally, there's a rapper that actually castrated himself because he had such a spiritual, like, fucking, he was spiritual, and he still is. I don't know why I'm saying he's, like, not alive, but he literally was, like, so upset with himself at his sexual energy that he cut it off his body. And he says he's a lot happier for it. And it's like, I don't want to say it's, like, been a thought, but I like, after hearing that story, you know, you like, you allow the thought to come. It's not like a serious consideration, because the mind is such a beautiful thing as to, we can think about something and it not exist, but we can still think about it, good or bad, which is also a scary thought. But, you know, like, obviously I'm not going to start mutilating myself, but I'm just saying, like, there is that, like, oh, this would just be so much easier. But I feel like that's also why we have these bodies, is like, we're given these obstacles to overcome them, because just as much as they are a good or a bad thing in that sense, they are a good thing. Without these bodies, we wouldn't be able to, like, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. You know what I'm saying? And that I also go back into that when I think about life. You know what I'm saying? I think about it as like, God, like, some days it's just, but then I think and I'm like, bro, what if this is my one chance? Like, what if this is a ride that we take and we only get one ticket? We've been waiting for forever to fucking ride this ride, bro. And now we're here and we're so upset. Anyways, let's get back to it. Transmutation, alchemy, Hermeticism, and the Emerald Tablet. Transmutation is basically, let's say I oh my God, I would want to fuck right now. What am I chasing? I'm not chasing to fuck. I'm chasing the end goal. I'm chasing that, you know what I'm saying? What gives you that, Fuck, dude. Arnold said working out. It was like, I get to nut and then I get to go home and fuck and I get to nut. Like, find your nut outside of your nut. You know what I'm saying? For me, these videos are fucking nut and I'm busting on your face right now. But no, hold up, pause. But reading, I love reading. Fucking like doing this, like just understanding myself more and just trying to understand whatever this is more, you know what I'm saying? This life, like, and I know we don't have to understand it, but I want to, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's fun for me. But the Emerald Tablet was basically an old tablet of like ancient teachings, and transmutation was on it. It actually says, conserving your sexual energy can have an alchemical effect on you, creating expansive, creative energy. Pythagoras. And there were actually a couple big names that contributed, like said they contribute their success through semen retention through Pythagoras's, I want to say observation. I'm trying to find a better word. But here are some big names. Plato, Da Vinci, and Beethoven also practice semen retention and can attribute to this. What I believe, okay, and then this it goes back into what I believe. And I'm getting like some of the factual within, I'm getting some of like, you know, like personal perspective, because I mean, even my perspective is right, you know, because it is my experience with it. But I said, what I believe is it's not solely a creative force. Like, I don't think transmutation into like creativity is merely just, oh, I'm tapping into my creative essence. I genuinely think you're tapping into the God force, which is everything. Whatever you want to put that energy towards, building, art, being a better person, building your body. Like, I guess it's more so, it really is architectural, because we are all, God is the greatest architect. And if we're all extensions of God, then we are all some of the best architects. You know what I'm saying? We are always trying to build something. We're never just trying to do something and not get to a finished goal. You know what I'm saying? We're not just constantly doing something and be like, all right, I'm not finished with it, I'm gonna dip. But I don't know. They keep saying the creative force. I feel like it's not the creative force, it's the God force. It's like, we are viewing this right now, but who's viewing us? You know what I'm saying? Who's inside viewing us? And I feel like that's God. Peace of him that we are on this earth. Another benefit to semen retention is your brain picking up on the this is one that I thought was insane. It says picking up on the signal and increasing mating potential. What? Your body literally notices that you aren't getting a nut out and is like, fuck, our lineage is at stake. We need to make ourselves more attractive. And it's not even more attractive in the sense of like your hair changes and all this other shit. It's through things like motivation, drive, and action. And you're probably like, those are all the same thing. No, it's a stair step. See, you have the motivation, or you have that initial kind of like, oh, it catches you. Then you have that drive. You're kind of like, well, if I walk over there, maybe I have the potential of like getting lucky, you know what I'm saying? And then a lot of the time, if we had already busted, or if we know that we get to go home and like we get to bust, bro, we double check ourselves. We're like, you know what if we just don't go up to her? Or you know what if we get rejected? The rejection leads into like safety, and safety leads into, I want to say safety is a bad place. Safety is a bad place. It is bad to be safe. We constantly need to be in a state of transmutation, honestly. Constantly moving our energy. But basically what I wrote is, it's a buildup most don't follow through with because we know if it doesn't work, we can jerk. But without jerking, your brain thinks that your lineage is at risk through the lack of procreation. Even if it's casual sex. But that's another video, because sex is power. And you should not just be giving it to everybody. And like my dad said, if you do, give it to somebody special. Give it to somebody very special. And that's something I can attribute being a 23-year-old now. I don't want to say I wish I could take my first time back. I wish I could do any of that. But I'm saying that can't say it. You know what I mean? But I can't say it. Because I enjoy my life now. I'm appreciative for what I have. But this is my challenge to you. The key to happiness is attention. What is holding your attention? Sex? Food? Money? Find anything outside of those three. If it's a positive, I don't want to say do it less, because that's your happiness. Find your nut is what I'm saying. Find your fucking nut. But more so on the semen retention aspect, I myself, I've been like, I'll struggle sometimes. Like, I'll go like 2-3 weeks maybe, and then I might slip up. And then I might have a couple days slip up. And then I'm like, I get disgusted, and then it goes back into like a 2 weeks, or it goes back into a week, or like 2 months. And it's just like, I want to finally be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely is just like, I've already told myself I'm not having sex until I find a woman that I feel like I want to share that energy with. But also just me, myself, I've always had this thought, and I think it's funny, but I wonder what the first kid that ever came out of me would have been like. Does anybody else think about that? Like, the first one, bro. I bet he was a fucking G. I'm not even kidding. I bet he was a G. But anyways, we're going to go, funny enough, we're going to go hard mode. Not what you think. But the hard mode rules are, 1, no porn or erotic images of any sort. And honestly, that might potentially lead into no social media, because I don't want to say it's like, oh, I can't not look at it, but it's like, it's everywhere, bro. It's everywhere. It's so hard to get away from. Like, and even later on, give it a second. 2, no masturbation or orgasm, even with no porn. Or even with no porn. I think, what the fuck? Or even without porn. Just, like, because y'all gonna be like, oh, we can edge and just not, but no, don't touch it. Bro, you're feeding into his mind. You're feeding into what he wants to do. You're no longer fucking thinking. Or orgasm. Don't orgasm. That's the whole, like, what? That's the whole point. Semen retention. Number 3, no sex. No sex. Like, not, it's the same as masturbation. It's the same as, it's literally an orgasm. Number 4, no lusting. And this is what I was trying to get at in number 1. Even in real life, real life women that you see every day. And that, bro, they don't even got to be the prettiest thing ever. You're a man. You're a man. You want to procreate. That's what we are literally, like, literally. But I'm saying that it might be better for us to get off social media right now. And if you already have, bro, hey, give me one. That's fucking fire. It is such a challenge for me, especially being a creative and wanting to, like, get somewhat of a platform, or not even a platform, just really like an audience, just people that care for what I think, or like I care for what they think. I genuinely like love talking to you guys, but it's like, I don't know, I feel like maybe you guys are scared to like talk. I love hearing everybody's perspective. I genuinely think of like, things don't happen just because, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all meet for a reason. Like, if you're on this video right now, you're here for a reason right now. And I would love to hear what message the universe has for me from you. But number 5, just follow for 90 days. Dude, that's 3 months. And back into Nikola Tesla's 369. Do everything in 3 6s and 9s. If you can. I don't recommend buying 6 jars of peanut butter, anything like that. Food. And that's another thing. The other big 3, I would love to go into money and food. If you want another video on the key to happiness and attention and the big 3, because we talked about sex in this one, we still haven't talked about money or food. I would love to talk about this, and they're more so, this was a more so factual, like somewhat factual basis off people in the past. We literally call it factual, but it's like people like us before us. And then we're like, oh, that's fact. What I'm saying right now is fact 30 years from now. That's a whole other video. Like, literally, I think our history is like so made up. But anyways, I would love to do a video on money and food, how we really don't need money and we can grow our own food, community gardens, fasting. Literally, I've like probably eat once a day, maybe sometimes. And like, I'm gaining muscle. I feel healthier. I'm faster. I'm slimming down, like, obviously, but like I feel so much better, and I'm sleeping less too. And you're probably like, what the fuck are you, like, bro? I'm like, I don't know. I feel like a fucking Terminator. But the best example for these 90 days that I can give you, because yes, it gets hard. Like, literally, it hits this point of like it's literally, for me, hit a point where I'm like I need to do something, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, you're disgusting, bro. You need to chill. Don't go at it from a place of disgust. Go at it from a place of like, why are we doing this? Well, because we want to be happy. Well, what's happiness? Happiness is being closer to God. Happiness is being loved. Happiness is doing what I want to do. And literally, like, I don't know, happiness for me, making my music, loving my people, myself. Honestly, that's literally the only things that make me happy, is loving my people and making my art. I don't need anything else. I don't care about food. It'd be nice to try something new if I made it. I love cooking. Money? What? Get the fuck out of my face, bro. Money, get the fuck out of my face. I don't fuck with money. We don't need it. We genuinely don't need it. Tomorrow, they could say, hey guys, the new currency is number 2 pencils. And you know what would be gone? Number 2 pencils. Everywhere. Anyways, back to this. Following for 90 days. The example that they gave was like a rocket taking off. It literally needs so much energy at the initial start of it, and then progressively gets easier until a point of just free flow. Guys, it's gonna be hard. It's hard mode, bro. Literally. Personally, I don't know where you are with your journey with this. Bro, this is something I've been struggling with since I was like, and I don't want anybody to think anything on my family or anything, but like, I got introduced to it very young. Not by anybody. I found it myself. But I was like, honestly, I think I just turned double digits, like 10 maybe. And then I seriously, like I literally started doing the do before anything came out. And it's like, as a kid, you don't think about that stuff. But me thinking now, I'm like, dude, Me thinking how my brain is so underdeveloped now at 23. Like, obviously, it's almost towards completion at 24, 25, but like, I don't feel any different. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I feel bad for putting that kid, which was me, in that position because he didn't know what was going on. He did, like, literally me, like, genuinely, it happened the other day. I watched porn. And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about the actual action of it, like when I've had sex, and I'm like, this is a very emotional, like, thing that they're doing. Why am I here? Like, I felt there, and I was like I'm getting cold chills right now because like I'm kind of like grossed out. I'm just like, that's not something I should be there for. You know what I'm saying? Like, sex is power. Sex is a ritual. Semen holds prana, which prana is life force. You're literally giving up your life on fucking Adidas shorts, on some stupid Walmart covers, on, like, bro, be genuine with yourself. And you know you've wiped up with some nasty ass shit before. What the fuck, bro? I don't know. That's my challenge for us as men. Because genuinely, as many men that I can get on, like, to this wave, bro, we are going to see such a shift. Like, if all the dudes within my area started doing this, watch the shift. Watch the shift that starts happening with the men, the women, the energy within our space. I don't care about the world. Right now, I'm trying to change my life. My world right now is my town. My world right now is my household. Like, it starts with one day. And that's also a negative. It all starts with one. That's how easy it is. We have to stay strong. We have to stay resilient. And I hope you don't think I'm harping it at you. This is me telling it to myself. Because I know how hard it gets. Literally. Anyways, guys, let's get this shit. Let's fucking change our lives. Genuinely. I'm proud of you. I love you. Keep it up. But don't keep it up.